www.www.www.www.org. Thank you for listening.
Broadcasting live from the Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WBBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
I'm Laura Winters. New this Sunday, we learn a third group of Israeli hostages expected to be released. It is day 3 of the ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. On Saturday, a second group of 13 Israelis and 4 Thai nationals let go after 7 weeks of captivity in Gaza. But there were some very tense moments, a delay of a few hours, in fact, after Hamas complaining about the number of shipments coming into Gaza and complaints about which Palestinian prisoners Israel is releasing. Leaders in Egypt and Qatar, who helped broker this deal, stepping in to resolve the concerns. Now, as for those released, another 13 Israelis back with their families. One woman, a 21-year-old, had surgery due to an injury. Also in this group, 9-year-old Emily Hand reunited with her father Thomas at the hospital. He thought his daughter had been killed by Hamas during the terrorist attack on October 7th. Emily turning 9 while being held in Gaza. The Israeli government now has the list of names of the hostages set to be released today. A spokesman for the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, telling CNN the truce deal was on the rocks for a while Saturday. He says Hamas is using delaying tactics to inflict more pain on the families, waiting hours and hours for their loved ones to be released. He calls it psychological warfare. Meanwhile, President Biden in Nantucket monitoring developments. The administration says it is waiting for word on when the 10 Americans being held by Hamas will be let go. And a 4-year-old girl, Abigail Adon, among them. Her parents killed by terrorists back on October 7th. Changing gears now, we turn to news here in the United States, where shoppers have set a sales record. The Analytics reports a record $9.8 billion in sales on Friday after Thanksgiving. Retail analysts believe Cyber Monday tomorrow will be the busiest online shopping day of the year. This is USA News.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight. Discover your new burger obsession.
Under 140.
Order may be required.
The
I'll
annual
grab it
lighting of
too.
the Christmas tree in Plains,
Just type in,
Georgia, taking
Route
on a
140.
special meaning this
I was
year
able to
with
get
the
it by
passing
just
of
typing in
former
Route
First
1.
Lady
Well,
Rosalynn Carter.
construction
For many
2440.
years,
Okay, yeah,
her
Route
husband,
24
former President
construction.
Jimmy Carter, would
Yeah,
light
That's
the
what it
town
was.
contractor
tree.
quits.
He
Hold
is
on.
receiving
No,
hospice
I don't
care
need to type
Well,
all
that's
that.
what
I
I wrote.
don't
Pop
need to.
drive.
I don't need to type all
Tree
that.
lighting. So
You
what
don't
did
need
you
to type
do
all
with
that.
all
Did it
those
pop up?
Thanksgiving
Yes.
leftovers sitting in your refrigerator,
What,
wrapped up right now? To eat or not to
Taunton
eat?
Daily
Here's
Gazette?
USA
Yes.
Skip Kelly.
Everyone is reminded to be safe when eating Thanksgiving leftovers. According to the Department of
What
Health
else
and
were we
Human
gonna
Services,
talk
that
about
food can be safely eaten for up to 4 days
before
if it was
our
properly
transportation
refrigerated
segment?
and not
Oh,
left
yeah.
out for more than a couple of hours.
Snow in the Midwest could cause travel troubles for folks returning from the Thanksgiving holiday weekend this Sunday. Your best bet is to check FlightAware for
Yes.
delays and cancellations. Parts of Utah looking very pretty as some areas getting more than a foot of snow. The Bureau of Prisons with a brand new investigation on its hands after Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd, is stabbed in prison on Friday. The Bureau of Prisons in a statement says that Chauvin was stabbed by another inmate and seriously injured at the federal prison in Tucson, Arizona. It's a medium security facility. Chauvin is said to be in stable condition and is expected to survive. And I'm Laura Winters, USA News.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Alright, sounds good.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll. And I'm going to give Dawn a moment to say hi, because I have to and get a drink of iced coffee.
Good morning. How you doing, Joey? I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Seems like a lot of people getting together. I saw a lot of families together, which made me feel good. And TBS had the Elf.
24-hour marathon of the Elf, too.
Yeah, the Elf movie there. So I understand why these TV channels do that, because
Exactly,
you know, the whole family gets together and they're hanging out, and you know, at any point in time they can sit down as a family and watch a goofy movie like that, and it's a great movie. So,
Yeah. A lot of good TV on yesterday.
I'm a people watcher, and I just love watching like families get together and do their thing. You drive by, everyone's got the Christmas tree. I worked on Friday, so I mean, countless amounts of cars drove by with the old Christmas tree, and the whole family's in the vehicle. Traffic was a breeze. Oh my God! I mean, driving in on the highway, and actually I took Route 24. I never take 24. I work in Quincy, so
Route 24.
I took 24. I took 24.
We'll be getting to Route 24, by the way. It's a little bit of
later,
foreshadowing.
Yeah, later on, yeah.
Later on,
Let's not down everybody right now. It's just a happy time. But it's good. I mean, it's just good watching people. I did work Friday, but it was nice just breezing out on 24 with no traffic. I usually take Route 3, 44 to 3. So it was nice just to take a different way in. And yeah, it's just good. Just Thanksgiving's good. And I love the idea that everything's closed on Thanksgiving to a certain degree, except for the coffee shops.
Yeah.
And coffee places. And but I mean, your regular fast food places that normally would be open, the big box stores, the big department stores, we're all close. I just love the idea of that. I just love you got Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's really the only 2 days that things come to a grind and halt, and I kind of like that. You can reflect a little bit. You can drive by a big supermarket and not have the parking lot full. I mean, 24 hours before that, it was full. People getting their thing together. But I always like Thanksgiving, and it's my favorite time. And it's the last day. Everyone goes back to work Monday, back to school. But you still got one more day to kind of reflect. And Thanksgiving is to be grateful for what you have in life, for your health, your family. It's very important. Like I said, that's my favorite holiday in the whole wide world is Thanksgiving time. It's not just the Thanksgiving, it's the leading up to Thanksgiving. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I don't like this shit of the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, because I think it just puts a corporate, element to it all. I just like the idea that a lot of people do it, but I mean, that's good too, because they all, families get together and they go look for deals and whatever. I mean, but as long as you're doing it with family, as long as you're doing it for fun and it's a good time, and then, you can go get yourself some breakfast or some lunch with your family or your friends or something like that, that really makes a difference, in my opinion. Or you just hang out and just relax or watch Elf. Who's that? Who's an elf? Who's that?
Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, Will Ferrell. So I mean, he's funny. So yeah, it's good. And I know there was a Yellowstone marathon too.
And
there was a bunch of stuff.
Looks like there was a Blue Bloods marathon too. Blue Bloods is actually pretty cool. I like Blue Bloods.
That's funny.
It was cool.
Because we left to go see a show down the Cape, and we left our house, and we're all watching Blue Bloods. And I go visit my brother, and guess what's on?
Blue
Same
Bloods.
episode. Blue Bloods. So that was good. And then we went and saw a great show yesterday too. So yeah, Thanksgiving is my fave.
Right. Okay, well, we have a lot going on today on the show. We have our transportation topic, of course. So
I know we've been telling everyone, we're gonna do a transportation show.
We're gonna get to that.
We are gonna get to that.
We are gonna get to that
after the first segment. We're gonna,
so stay tuned.
Nuts and bolts of it all.
So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be it's gonna be fun. So we have that coming up. We have our music recommendation today, and it's gonna try to sneak in a TV recommendation for today, a TV episode recommendation for today. A little bit of a news segment, but I'm trying to find like a synopsis of the thing I want to mention. Synopsis, like a breakdown of it.
I like that
Synopsis, plot kind of deal.
Not to get confused from Snuffleupagus, right?
No.
You know Snuffleupagus, right?
Yeah. Isn't that Dr. Seuss?
No, Sesame Street.
Oh yeah.
He's the little slow boy.
I don't know too much.
Okay.
About Sesame Street anymore.
Yeah, he's a classic.
So yeah, Thanksgiving seems to be the day, and Thanksgiving weekend seems to be the time where you get some really good episodes of classic television series. And this Thanksgiving, this Thursday evening was no different. There was a classic, or what I thought was a really good episode. This is one of the older seasons, not older seasons, but like more recent seasons of this episode. This series had a lot of seasons. This particular episode that I want to talk about is from season 15 of this show. So,
please tell me, what's the show?
Gunsmoke. Yeah, an episode called The Badge.
So you were watching the Cowboys with Grandpa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Gunsmoke. We'll talk about that little bit later on. I think I get a good synopsis of it. I want to kind of break that down. Yeah, I want to kind of break that down. All right, let's get to our sports real quick. Not much sports today. I want to say that Carver and Middleboro, that was an interesting game. Carver sat pretty much all of their starters, which I expected for that to happen, because they ended up losing the game 56-0. It was not a great result for Carver, but an understandable one because they're in the Division 8 Super Bowl. So it wasn't an understandable result. You listed all your starters. You're playing against varsity players. Middleboro, I do not believe, sat any of their starters, and at least first going into it. I don't know about the second half. The second half seemed to go by pretty quickly. The first half was all Middleboro, and the second half they scored 2 more touchdowns, and that second half went way faster than the first half, and it was not good for Carver. But it's an understandable result. Once again, I mentioned, they sat their starters. They're in the Division 8 Super Bowl against West Boylston, so that's coming up this week. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. Actually, let me get up the MIAA brackets here. The MIAA tournament brackets. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But first off, NFL. Taunton and Milford, real quick before I move on. Taunton and Milford on a game that you heard live on WVBF on Thursday. Great game. Not the result Taunton wanted. They lost 31-21, but it was a really good game. It was a really good game.
It was close at the beginning, wasn't it?
It was close, kind of throughout.
Okay,
I would say. Milford kind of pulled away. Taunton kind of tried to make a comeback. It did not. It didn't happen. But it was a good game for sure. NFL, real quick. Patriots and Giants, 1:00. That is. I don't know if I would consider that a rivalry game now. I don't know. I mean, the two teams have had some fantastic matchups.
Were they playing in New Jersey?
Yeah, they're playing in New Jersey. Yes, they're playing the New Jersey Giants, everybody.
New Jersey Giants?
Yes, they're playing the New Jersey Giants. I will stick by that. It's not New York.
Well, it's not in New York.
It's not in New York. It's technically the New Jersey Giants because it's not New York.
I think New Jersey should have one of the teams, either the Jets or the Giants. You just transfer the banner over to that state.
Exactly. It's never going to happen, but it should happen.
I think it should happen.
We have a phone call. Maybe this is someone agreeing with us on that. Good morning, caller. You are on Middleboro in Review. Hi, Chuck. How are you?
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year also.
Good morning, Chuck. How you doing?
Good, John. I don't want to take any more time. Just to say happy belated Thanksgiving, and you guys. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Is that it's still happening?
Yeah. December 3rd.
We're taking coffee orders. What's up? What do you want? What's your favorite? I think it's.
I might bring a special guest. I might bring my daughter if that's okay with you guys. Because my son is actually home. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's actually home until today. He's going to return to Texas because he is serving his country. He got promoted to a first lieutenant. So we're very proud of him.
Oh, great!
And again, I just love the work that you two do. It's unbelievable. And I have some video to show you from St. Vincent de Paul when we handed out almost over 400 meals.
Oh, that's awesome.
We handed out a lot of meals to veterans too. The town veteran administrator, his name escapes me. He was there. just over 400 meals, and that was getting ready for Christmas. So there's already signings for Christmas with a giving tree, but all that is next week.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
Love the work you guys
Absolutely.
do. Oh, and by the way, Joey, you need to know who the Snuffleupagus is. Because Snuffleupagus is so important to all of us, John, right?
I think he's all right. I think he's cool. He moves slow, but he was a razor blade. I tell you, man. You didn't want to have a problem with him.
Yeah.
Be all
I
done.
watched Sesame Street when I was younger.
I think you used the word synopsis, right? Did you use the word synopsis?
Synopsis, yes.
Yeah.
That's my vocabulary word for the day. Hey, guys, God bless. Have a good rest of your week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you next Sunday.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day, Chuck.
Take care.
Bye-bye. All
All
right.
right. I guess we got our guest for next week, right?
Yes, we do. All right.
I guess that was Council in. Great.
All right. Let me finish up the sports
Yeah.
here and get to the
going,
weather.
we
And
have a transportation
yes, and we
topic
have
that
we have to
can't
do
be
the
beat.
and we have to do the music recommendation today. We have
Yeah,
to
but
do
we gotta-
our
we've been
TV recommendation too.
So, but we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to
We're
that.
gonna get
to that.
we are gonna get to that. I promise.
Okay.
So Patriots and Giants. I guess that's a rivalry game now.
Sure.
Like I said,
They beat us in the Super Bowl twice.
They beat us
That's not
twice,
right, right?
so
Yeah.
they beat us in the Super Bowl twice. They have played us in the preseason for several years.
Okay.
I don't think they did this year, but I don't remember. It was preseason was in August. I don't remember. I don't remember much from this season, to be quite honest with
Yeah,
you.
a little foggy and fluffy.
Very not good this season at all. But Patriots,
Very not good.
very not good. Yeah, not great at all.
Just like from an episode of one of the shows where you're like, he says, "What do you think?" And the guy says, "I think they're not good." You know what I'm talking about. We're not gonna talk about what the program is. You know what I'm talking about.
Patriots and Giants. Probably the Giants. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't care, honestly.
I see the Patriots.
I just don't care.
I see the Patriots. I see the Patriots gonna turn around and they gotta stomp down the field. And
This game is pits two really bad teams
They have
against each
nothing-
other,
they
and
have
I
nothing-
just
they have nothing.
not interested.
They have nothing else to lose.
Yes,
They're gonna go with
I know
his
that.
time, you know what
I know that. I'm just
Because
not.
I know a good coach.
I just don't
out
know if
there
I'm
who
not
watches
interested in this.
Players, they can't get hurt. They gotta make sure. They gotta preserve, but there's nothing to preserve down the road.
You know, a game that I'm kind of more interested in. Games that I'm kind of more interested in. Chiefs and Raiders, Bills and Eagles at 4:25 this afternoon. It's going to be really good.
Oh, great.
Bills are trying to kind of get their ground, get their footing. They haven't really found their footing yet.
Right.
And time's running out. You're going to face the Eagles today. That's a tough one. The way the Bills have been playing this year, that's a tough one. Steelers and Bengals, that's going to be a good one. I know our friend in Pennsylvania, he's not in Pennsylvania right now. I think he's back in Florida, right, Don?
Yes.
But I know our friend
His heart is in Pennsylvania.
will probably trying to tune into this game somehow. Steelers and Bengals is going to be interesting.
Right.
Sure.
And then we had the old rivalry.
We had
yesterday.
we had the Thanksgiving games too.
That in Michigan and Ohio.
Yes, and then we had Michigan, Ohio. Very good game. Very good
we
game.
watched it a little bit. We were at our favorite pizza parlor in Wareham watching the game.
Yes, so it's gonna be interesting. College football season, how that shakes up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the NFL. 8:15 to 8:20 tonight is Ravens and Chargers. Tomorrow night is Bears and Vikings.
The Bears.
Those aren't really great matchups, but whatever. You can't always win with Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. Sometimes you're going to get duds, and this week is kind of a dud.
I hate Mondays. Tell me why.
But, okay. One other thing. Well, MIAA first. Okay, MIAA. We're going to rifle through these really, really fast. St. John's Prep and Severian will be on November 29th at 8 p.m. at Gillette. That's the big one. That's Division 1. That's the big one. Those two teams, faced off on Thanksgiving as well for a league title, I believe. So this is the second of the two games. King Philip and Marshfield in Division 2 at Gillette on the 30th at 5:30 p.m. Division number 3 is Walpole and Milton at the 30th of November at 8 p.m. And that, again, all these games are at Gillette Stadium. I'm just going to say that. All these games are at Gillette Stadium. Duxbury and Situate on December 1st is Division 4.
They usually play each other, too.
5:30 p.m. I believe, yeah.
The Thanksgiving game, right? No?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know about that. Division 5, Hanover and Foxborough. That's the big one in Foxborough. That'll be the big one. A lot of people in Foxborough are definitely excited for that one.
Which one again?
Hanover and Foxborough, Division 5.
Oh, yeah. Home game.
Home game for Foxborough.
Yep.
So that's going to be a big one.
Yep.
That's December 1st at 8. Division 6, Fairhaven and Salem, 11:30, November 30th. 11:30, November 30th. 3 p.m. start for that one. Division 7 is the 1st of December at 3 p.m., Uxbridge and Amesbury. And Division 8 is the big local one, Cava and West Boylston.
Cava.
I'd
love to see Cava win it all.
I would, too.
Because they've always, always had a tough time with Middleboro all these years. And to see them win, that'd be great. So
yes.
we'll see what happens, and good luck to all the teams and all the players. I'm sure everyone's proud.
And that game is at 5:30.
To get to this point, and for any young high school player to be playing in Gillette Stadium is a dream come true.
All right, and
that they'll remember the rest of their lives.
All right, I'm going to give 2 more minutes here in the sports segment, and I want to make sure I talk about this last little thing. Boston, East Boston and South Boston. Didn't happen this year. The reason why is because South Boston didn't have enough players on the field. And
A sick out? What?
I don't know what happened. The two teams played a few years back at Fenway Park before Southie began struggling with numbers. The team started pooling players with Burke High in a co-op deal, but wound up only playing 1 game this fall. So this isn't the first time they've had issues. Southie insisted, however, it would be able to find a team for the Turkey Day tilt until Wednesday of that week, of this last past week. And they had to.
We want to see that is disappointed, but
they had to forfeit the game.
You can't have a game without personnel, right?
Yeah, it's very hard for the kids.
It is, yeah.
On both sides, on the east side and on the south side.
I think the
parents
really are more bummed out than the kids. It's something. It's something you always look forward to.
Yeah, it's a really tough thing.
I'll say this for now. I could be 80 years old and you could be 50, and you could live in Malibu, California, and I could live in Timbuktu.
Yeah.
But as long as there's a Carver Middleboro game going on, we're going to be in Middleboro or Carver on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Or we're going to be here at the
Absolutely.
radio. Or we're going to be still working at the radio station on Thanksgiving. We're going to be together on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
In some sort of football manufactured way.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's your sports today.
It's a good sport. Well, we have a lot going on. High school. High school, college.
It
is the most.
Had a really great week this week.
Rewarding football to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's the kids are playing their hearts out, and again, like I just said, all the kids who are playing in Gillette. It's going to be the time of their life. It's something they're always going to remember for the rest of their life.
All right, when we come back, we'll do our weather, and then we'll start our transportation topic.
Are we going to do our music recommendation?
We'll do that as well towards the end.
All right, yeah, we'll do that. All right, we got to get started on it.
We got to get we have to do our transportation topic. There are people waiting for it. There are
I
people
got notes left
that
over and
have
stuff
been
like that.
really asking for it.
Yeah,
so
and we've been always saying, "Oh, we'll do it next week.
we'll do it next week. We'll do it next week.
We'll do it next
No,
week.
we're doing it today.
We're doing it. Get you weather. Let's get these.
All right. So after these
pay
ads,
some bills and
we'll be right back. All right. You're listening to WVBF 1530 AM 99.7 FM. We'll be right back. Right.
What, Joe, you got the same one?
What? Yeah.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest
Okay, so we got the Route 24 thing. Let's see, what's MBTA up to?
all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508.
What is the MBTA up to? Let's see.
They're open
Plan, discussed in Braintree.
I gotta take it IHOP.
8 to 4.
I don't know if I want to go to IHOP.
It will not be disappointing.
IHOP's
Dunkin'
good.
Donuts.
No, IHOP's good. They got fluffy scrambled eggs.
495.
They're really good scrambled eggs.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Association of Combat Veterans.
I don't know. We'll discuss it later on.
Our mission is to support
Nothing beats fluffy scrambled eggs.
our focus is to help
MBTA needs $25 billion to upgrade transit system.
Who?
guidance.
MBTA.
Simply to say thank you
Really?
and
Yeah,
welcome home.
right.
We have
Okay.
members from near
Well, the ridership's down, so they're not making money off
I
it.
mentioned
Yeah.
that, I guess.
All the fan invasions.
Lawmakers are starting to push for MBTA commuter rail electrification.
What? Electrification?
Yeah, electrification of the commuter rail.
Well, they got it on the Northeast Corridor. They just gotta buy some engines. It's not there.
To various veteran care facilities.
That's
and veteran
MBTA.
care. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support.
South Coast Rail, maybe.
MA
Let's see what else we got here. 1, 3, 6.
Hi, this is Mark.
South Coast Rail. I'm gonna do a little bit of that, I guess.
Each week, we present
I don't know if
information
there's anything
on health,
new yet.
legal, and lifestyle issues that affect you and
Excuse
your
me.
family. It's fascinating.
I'm not even gonna
fun,
bother with
as we
Amtrak
explore
because I don't
all
think there's
aspects
anything
of
new
the Medicare
going
maze.
on over there.
So join me for a Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9 on AM 1530 and 99.7 FM WVBF, your hometown radio station.
You know what? Nah, I gotta cover all my bases. I gotta see if there's something.
Well, whatever. We'll just dig into it as we go. We need to get going here. You know what I mean? But the electrification, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Route 140 debacle.
Let's do the Route 140 debacle
Well, let's start
first.
with 24 because I want to talk.
Yeah,
about
let's
it.
do that first because that's not trains related.
Yeah, well, let's do the roads and then we'll work our way to there.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Can you do the weather last or later? Next
No,
week?
I'm doing it right now. Because if I wait, I'm gonna forget.
Forget, all right.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we're back here. As I turn the music down, there we go, and pause that. There we go. I'm Joey Driscoll, joined by Dawn today, and it is 7:33 a.m. Open phone lines today, 508-822-1106 if you want to call in. And coming up in the next couple of weeks, starting next week, we have a great December planned on the show. First off, December 3rd, Chuck Hart will be coming into the studio.
Yeah, from St. Vincent de Paul.
Yep.
We had him on last month in November. Oh, no, this month.
Yeah.
Still in November. A few weeks ago. Yep.
So that starts December. December 10th, City Councilor Barry Sanders will be in
studio.
So,
yeah.
December 17th, Catherine Lothrop will be in.
Yeah, owner and proprietor of Joyful Scoops Ice Cream Shop on Route 105. She's been on the show twice already, and it's a great discussion. And she seems like she's last time she was on the radio, she seemed like she was loosening up a little bit. I think she's a natural, in my opinion. I mean, she really is. She's really good.
And December 24th, we're going to have a special Christmas Eve program with our friend, me and Don, our friend Kevin.
Kevin Wynn.
He
was in last year.
He was in last year.
And
he'll be back this year.
He read a Christmas poem that stayed with his heart. It is something that his father used to read and liked, and it was a great Christmas carol. It was a Christmas carol or a Christmas poem or whatnot. It was a long one, but he read it brilliantly. He was just unbelievable. He's an unbelievable speaker, and he's a great friend. And it made him feel good, I think. He told me, I like the idea of coming here. And we got spread our Christmas cheer. And again, I mean, he was on last year. Like, we have Danny Hardman on, he's been, did 3 Super Bowls already. And
yeah,
you'll probably call in for the 4th one on Distant Signal.
Yes. That's coming.
Our train guy.
That's coming up, yeah.
He might come on sooner. I got to call him.
He might. We have an open slot on the 31st.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, if he might be
not confirming anything yet.
That might be a tough
Don
weekend.
has to talk to.
Yeah. So I mean, if we get him for Super Bowl, that's a gimme. So we'll see. He's a very busy guy too. And we really appreciate the time.
But December will be jam packed.
Yeah,
so it's going to be exciting too. Exciting December, jam packed December for Middleboro.
I'm so looking forward to everyone coming.
Yeah.
But Barry, I love that Barry come. I mean, he's only called in, and I see him at the studio. But to have him sitting here for the hour on Middleboro in Review in the great center of the universe. And you know what? I hope he does his thing like he introduces you.
Yes.
The way he introduces you on his show on Saturday, the Silver City Meeting House, is just awesome. He comes up with something different every week, and I sit there and I listen to it, and I love it. I just love it.
I do too. I do too.
It's just so cool, and the 28th century studio. It's all him now. So I mean, he brings a lot of love and life, laughter to the station. He's great.
All right, weather real quick. Let's get this weather over with here. 20 degrees in Middleboro. Sunny skies. When the sun, it's coming up. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's not quite up yet, but it's getting there. 20 degrees, a high of 49 today, so it's going to warm up. Cloudy skies. Taunton, 19 degrees with a high of 48. Very cold today. No rain in the forecast, which is great. 62 degrees in Driscoll, Texas. Cloudy skies. Cloudy skies throughout the week. You're not going to really see much sun in Driscoll, Texas for pretty much the entire week. You got some rain coming in too in Driscoll, Texas. High of 64 today with a low of 49. So pretty kind of cold. Driscoll, North Dakota, 21 and snowing.
Yeah, we knew snowing. We knew that was coming.
24 for the high today, 9 for the low. I haven't seen any negatives yet.
You will.
You're gonna see it soon.
You just might, Rabbit.
You're gonna see it very soon. Yeah. In Driscoll, North Dakota. All right, that's that. All right, so we got the Route 2440 construction job.
No, Route 24 140.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Route 24 140.
Because there is a 40, and it's out in Central Mass.
Route 140. Missing the one there.
Yeah, there is a Route 40. Everybody is in Central Mass.
A contractor walked off the job. 2.5 years of construction work at the interchange of routes 140 and 24 recently came to a grinding halt with no indication of when it will restart. And this is according to Mass DOT records. Construction contractor Cardi Corporation, based in Rhode Island, suspended operations on the job on the 27th of October, according to the Massachusetts Department of Transportation, Mass DOT. The tracking system, this is according to the project tracking system, says Mass DOT is negotiating a takeover agreement with Cardi's surety, whereby the certainty will retain a completion contractor to complete the project. So, Don, what is this Route 140 project all about, and what's the significance of this contractor walking off the job?
Well, the station's going to be open. The South Coast Rail Dawn station going to be opening close by there soon. So I mean, it would have been nice if if everyone was working, and the whole idea of them walking off. I don't see some warm and fuzzy feelings around anytime soon. I don't know why it would come to this. Is this company going to get fined by the state? How can you just walk off a project? Now it's going to be in limbo for another. It's in limbo. The whole place is torn apart, and you got someone walking off. I mean, did you look at the dotted line? Did you read the fine print? Do you know what's going on? Did prices go up? Did you have a work shortage? Is there any reason? No reasons here. Did someone kick his dog? What? It's just like, what was the reason why? We want reasons why. You rip our neighborhood up, and you say, we're going to go back to Rhode Island and go do something else, go clean pools or something. I don't know. But, I mean, that's disturbing. I don't like hearing that. Projects need to get done, all right? I mean, you're talking traffic backups because of the construction. I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's unacceptable, all right? So send your negotiation team back, get somebody else to fill the void. I don't know. I don't know why everything's such a project. I mean, all this should have been hashed out before they even started the job. In 2.5 years into it, and they walk. So I don't know. Route 24 also too on the other side of 24 in Randolph. They're replacing the Canton Street Bridge. They're getting ready to replace the Canton Street Bridge. They shifted the lanes, so now the breakdown lane's being used because they are working on. It's either they're doing a crossover, or I'm not sure what they're going to do, but that work I hear is supposed to be suspended around Christmas time for the cold months. So, but you got to keep in mind, if you're jumping on 24 south, I'm sorry, from 128, or you got your construction side, and it says left lane ends, which is right, but I don't see any. They should put the sign say lane shift, because a lot of people thinking that the lane does end, but they don't really have it coordinated enough where people are confused or they pull in. They think the lane goes from 3 to 2, but that's not the case. It stays 3 lanes, but it gets shifted because they push you over to the breakdown lane when you hit the bridge, the whole approach there. So I think signage would be, I think more signage telling you that it's more of a shift, because if you're driving down and you see those orange construction signs, yeah, it's true. If you're in the left-hand lane does, but it's the way it comes in, because you have the ramp coming in from the other side of 128, so it all merges in. So that's the problem. So, but I think maybe signage would be better for more of a shift, and even public notice of how you should negotiate that interchange. Maybe they could do something with maps and graphics. They put it on YouTube. I think that's the problem that Mass DOT has. They can just send that out on YouTube for everybody to watch and let everyone know what the configuration is going to be as far as entering that area, because 2 highways do enter and it can get confusion. And the whole idea is, if you're confused, you got to slow down and then back traffic all the way to Braintree in Milton. So I think education and people knowing is the best as far as Route 24. What do you think? What's your thoughts on that? You love Route 24?
Yeah, any project that gets delayed by this kind of thing, it's tough.
Well, the North in Randolph seems like they're moving right along. They're doing a good job there, I think. It's just the whole down there at 128 near the horse bridge, the signage isn't really the best as far as people. They think that a lot of people think you're losing a lane, and that's really not the case. But as you have 4 lanes or 5 lanes coming into 3, with the both ramps coming in from 128, it's not even 128 technically. It's just I-93. It gets a little confusing there at the bottleneck. That merge went normal. They fixed it, and I thought it ran brilliantly. They really need to look at that again. But I think if they look at lane shifts, then lane close. But technically the lane does close, but it should be more of a shift lane. It should be more shift. But it's tough because that's where everything starts, right? So they need to really rethink that and get stuff out on YouTube and online and how to negotiate that. Because if people know how to negotiate, just like the perfect example is the Rotary. When the Rotary came out with the 2 double lanes on the Rotary, it was confusing. Now it works great. There's no backup on the Rotary anymore in Middleboro because of those 2 lanes. People figured out. You can always tell someone from out of town because they're all like it's like
they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But people who run it every day and on the road every day get it. So that definitely worked. You didn't need an expensive flyover. That little, just paint some lines on the road and call it a day.
Okay. What about MBTA and this little article here saying that it needs $25 billion to upgrade the transit system? Don, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, I think they're behind the 8 ball because you got New Jersey Transit. You have MARC, Maryland Area Commuter Rail, and I believe you have SEPTA. They all run electric on at least the Northeast Corridor portion of their, and a lot of those states have electric. So we run diesel under the wire. Think about how dumb that is. We run diesel under the wire. There's a wire we could connect the train. Just buy a couple engines, okay? But no. You know what they did? They're dumb. They didn't think about what's going to come up because you go to TF Green Airport, okay? First of all, they don't run on Sundays, so okay, you can't get it. Okay, all right, you're going to take the bus, I guess, right? So you have all that infrastructure being built and you can't use it on the weekends. Okay, I guess that's smart, but it's not. So if you look at the track that pulls up to the platform at TF Green and at Wickford Junction, there's no wire over it.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, they got to wire that up, so electric trains can at least run those corridors. Okay. So they got to run electric lines. So they didn't think to put an electric line under there, like we running diesel. So they need to buy. In my opinion, I think you go shopping.
There is a good portion of MBTA stations and MBTA type MBTA material that is not in great condition, I think 35%. And this $25 billion really, I think they're looking for that to fix literally everything.
Right, but can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you fix it? Can you fix it right and not waste money?
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And you know what I'm saying? And it's all this planning, all this money for planning that just goes up in smoke. Please just do it right. Buy a couple engines and run electric engines on the Providence. You can't do it on Stoughton line, obviously. But why wouldn't you run an electric line up through Stoughton and have it?
Finally, Don, what are your thoughts about lawmakers? They're starting to talk about electrification for the MBTA. What are your thoughts on that?
We were just talking about that. Start with the Northeast Corridor that has electric lines already.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah.
They can talk all they want. That's great. But why aren't we running electric trains on the Northeast Corridor portion of the Providence, at least the Providence line? I guess you can't do it on the Stoughton. But you know what? Have a shuttle for Stoughton. Yeah. Have a shuttle. If you can, if it doesn't pay to run electric lines from Canton Junction to Stoughton Center, then just have a shuttle train. You have to get off. it shouldn't be a one-seat ride anyway for that little 6 mile thing. There should be a little shuttle that goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And what I saw with that is they are looking. What was mentioned in the article was the year 2035. Is that feasible?
What, all of it?
To electrify
No,
the MBTA? Not feasible.
I don't think it's going to happen. In some areas, it's not smart to do it. Diesel will work fine, but start what's obvious. We have electric lines on the Stoughton. I think if they want to get ambitious, and I know there's been some Senate members who endorse this, but having the this line running up through Stoughton, Easton, and Taunton as electric, as the first truly commuter rail electric line. All right.
Okay.
But do you have to do overhead line, or can you do third rail? And everyone says, "Oh, you do third rail." You know, people are gonna be on the tracks, and they do it in Long Island. So they need to go and take a trip to Long Island and go talk to that guy in Long Island, whoever runs it. Guy Smiley or whoever runs it. Okay?
Whoever runs it.
Okay, the guy. Okay, the number one guy. And figure out how it works, because they just put a third line in at over at Long Island Railroad, and they run third rail. Okay, they have both. They can use catenary and third rail. Third rail is probably the easiest. Catenary is tough because you got to erect it, and it's a lot of people. And also too, as far as these projects, everyone's crying that they want a project, and everyone's crying that, you know, the environment's getting hurt and whatever. And I understand, and it is. So we want more people on the train. So first of all, you got to have some brain trust. Okay, running the T, which you don't. Okay, except for the new guy. That new guy I like. Who's the new guy?
What, in the MBTA?
Yeah.
Philip Yang.
Yeah, he's the man. Philip Yang's the man. Please call us. Please come on our show. And also, you got to figure out if third rail works.
Yeah.
You got catenary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, you're already established, but why can't you put third rail in too?
Yeah.
Third rail works. I don't know. They use it in other states.
All right, let's take our last commercial break, and we'll be right back here on WVB at 1530 AM, 99.7 FM.
Brain trust.
Hey, I'm back. Every Tuesday and every Wednesday, it's
We gotta finish up with Trisky real fast and do a.
I need to get to my music recommendation. I need to get to my Today in History. I need to get to my TV recommendation. TV episodic recommendation thing as well.
So we're all done with it?
We're done. We're done. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it there.
I thought we were gonna dedicate the whole show to it. We're going to do it again some other time.
We dedicated 15 minutes to it. You know, you really did a good job.
I did?
Yes, you did a good job.
Thanks, Daddy.
Chris came on here. What did he say?
Reynolds?
Chris Reynolds, yeah. We are New England. We are New Englanders. We do not slow down. I do whatever I want. Answer the question, Don. That's when I was asking you about that's when I was asking you about the $25 billion. Hold him to your question. It costs more money to rebuild something that's still open.
The Matthew Mission Inc. is
Yeah.
a registered 501c3 organization. Thank you.
I'll answer that. Read that question and I'll answer it, and then we'll move on.
Which one?
The one, Chris. Yeah.
You didn't ask any question.
He did.
No, he responded.
Read it.
No, he responded. He said, "Answer the question, Don." That's when I was asking about the $25 billion.
Yeah, well, read that, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. All right, we got.
Well, you already answered it. You did. You answered it.
Oh, read it again.
I don't have time. I don't have time. I have to get to the music recommendation. We have to do the music recommendation. I don't have time. 3, 2, 1, And we're back here on Middleboro in Review. I'm Joey Driscoll.
I got overruled.
We just have a few minutes left. We need to get to something else.
He told me no, and I was like, "Come on!"
Because we
gotta change the subject.
We did a 15-20 minute thing. We'll have some time again to do it.
All right. Sorry, folks.
Maybe next week, maybe the week after.
I got overruled. Sorry.
We'll have time again to do it. For right around the same time or longer.
Okay, well then move on
again. But we wanted to really get to a musical recommendation. Me and Don were talking about this morning, and I wanted to make sure we did it. So we have 3 songs that I want to do for a musical recommendation. First off is Bluebird by Paul McCartney, and Wings, which is a song that came out on January 28th, 1974, recorded in September of 1973, released on their album Band on the Run, which is a classic. Everything on that album is awesome. It's just a really good song.
First time hearing it tonight, huh?
Yeah, well, no.
Bluebird?
Well, yes, Bluebird, yes. You're right, yeah. Bluebird. I'm thinking about the next song.
It's always something special when you hear a song, especially done by great Paul McCartney for the first time. I could tell you he was perking up, you know.
It's a very good,
it's good.
Very good
I love
song.
they use the percussion on that song is great.
Blackbird by the Beatles, from their 1968 double album, The Beatles, also known as the White Album. Just a beautiful, beautiful song. The whole band was just awesome, and really a touching song. Blackbird, definitely a huge recommendation from me as Beatles Blackbird. And another big recommendation from me is Yellow Raven by the Scorpions, which that was released on their 1976 album Virgin Killer. Which is a great album. That whole Uli John Roth era of Scorpions is awesome. The whole early era of Scorpions, to be honest, is just awesome.
All eras of Scorpions, but that early era is unbelievable.
But yeah, up until the 90s, the 90s they kind of fell off a little bit, but then they really rose back up with Hour One and a couple of those albums afterwards. They really rose up again.
Right.
But, the 90s were tough. The 90s were tough for everybody.
Yeah, well, because of grunge music, because of Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, they just ruled, and
But those are your musical recommendations for today. This was something we really wanted to do.
30 seconds, Joey.
30 seconds, yes, and then we'll have 2 minutes to talk about my.
Okay, right. Okay. And no today in history. So we're gonna can that.
We're gonna do that. No, okay. We're gonna do that. So we'll have 1 minute.
Okay, real quick. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I listened to these songs this morning, and we have somebody we love, Glenn Hughes, that says music is the healer.
Yes.
And I have a DF. Not a family member, but might as well be in the song. Probably the last time I would see this person. It was heartbreaking, and I was really emotional this morning. And I'm just telling Joey, what kind of songs can make me feel better to wrap it up? And we don't have time to talk about the lyrics, but if you listen to those songs, they're about closure. They're about being in a better spot, and it put me in a better spot. And I was so happy because we were thinking of another song, but it was too sad and teared up a little this morning. But leave it to Joey, pull it off. He pulled those songs out, and it made me feel good. It made my heart's in a good spot now. Thank you, Joey. So
Don, you mentioned it earlier that Gunsmoke, very good TV series.
Joey
Gunsmoke.
and Grandpa watching the Cowboys. My father used to love to watch the Cowboys. So you like watching the Cowboys?
So
Grandpa,
yes,
right?
so. Yeah. Late Thursday night, there was an episode of Gunsmoke that came on. Season 15, episode 19, which aired on February 2nd, 1970. So this is, getting up there in the series. A 1 hour episode.
In color.
Yeah, well, Was it a ghost? Yeah, I think so. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yep.
So, a little bit about the episode. Matt is seriously wounded in a gunfight. Kitty is so despondent that she puts the Long Branch up for sale and leaves Dodge. Bids Matt goodbye, leaves Dodge, goes to a new town. Matt goes after her, she gets kind of in the middle of things that are going on in this town. You got this guy in the shadows who is kind of running the town, has the sheriff in his pocket. The main villain in this is Papa Schieffer, and it's played by Henry Jones, who is fantastic in his role. The minute he shows up, you do not like him. You do not like this character. The minute he shows up, he just plays it so well. The minute he shows up, you do not like him. And at the end,
character actors.
At the end, he gets his comeuppance, and he gets thrown in jail, and Matt Dillon saves the day in that town, and Kitty goes back to Dodge, and really, it's just a great episode. Just a great episode.
We're done. 8 o'clock, brother.
So that's that. Real quick, our today in history. So try to fly through these here. 1789, a National Thanksgiving Day is observed in the United States. It's proclaimed by President George Washington at the request of Congress. 1863, United States President Abraham Lincoln proclaims November 26th as a National Thanksgiving Day to be celebrated annually on the final Thursday of November, following the Franksgiving controversy from 1939 to 1941. It has been observed on the fourth Thursday in 1942 and subsequent years. 1917, the National Hockey League is formed. 1922, Howard Carter and Lord Caravan become the first people to enter the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. 2000, George Bush is certified the winner of Florida's electoral votes by Katherine Harris, and he goes on to win the election, despite losing the national vote. The popular vote there. 1727, Artemus Ward's birthday today, American general and politician. 1922, Charles M. Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, his birthday is today. And 1939, Tina Turner, who passed away this year. Her birthday is today. And her passing today is 2018. 5 years ago today, Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob. All right, that'll do it for today's program. Hope everyone enjoyed today's program, and we'll be back next week with Chuck Hart. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Nice. Good show, Joey. Good show. You did good on that. You did all that in a minute and a half. Good job. Oh, we got heated up with the transportation.
A little bit.
Oh, you got
Bye, everybody.